Morning. Good morning. Hey, 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 hey. Leo, it's audio. Uh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Brand. There it is. After all this time, I've not known that.
And I forget just why I taste. Oh yeah, I guess it makes me smile. I found it hard, it's hard to find. Oh well, whatever, never mind. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. With the lights out, it's less dangerous.
Morning.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now,
Morning.
entertain us.
Hey, good morning. Is there any sound? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just testing it out. So we'll find out if it sounds at the moment. I don't know if your comments lagging.
May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8,
Morning. Morning.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Right, let me just a moment. See.
go.
Good morning. It's all a learning curve, you see, loves. Yes, go out and pack in again. Facebook is acting up. Oh, there you go. Good morning. Morning. That's so dramatic. I know. Well, it was made specially for me. And that I said to Paddy, will you make me something like an intro that represents me? And that's what he came back with. It's beautiful though, isn't it? Though as well, that song's gorgeous, and I can't get copyrighted for it because it's like a cappella version or something. But yeah, that was what he thought was a true representation of who I am. Right. Well, that explains exactly. Um. Right, so I was gonna leave off the whole going live about Chinny thing tonight, but we're not going live about him tonight. We are going live about um. Well, it's not his partner; it's more his partner's business dealings. I don't know if you've watched our last live, Maxine, the wonderful Maxine, telling people to get credit and for to get their lips done. Oh, what an idiot. Dear me. Makes you sound very dramatic. I am very dramatic, the one, let's face it. Um, yeah, so if you watch listen, this is not like an attack on Maxine or anything like that before people go, oh, he's attacking his wife. That it's not. It's a it's a legitimate, well, it's not a legitimate business. It's a business that goes public live. They go public live stream on Facebook, and give out the worst advice I've ever heard. They don't live in our world. They live in the world of multi-millionaires and stuff like that, and millionaires like herself. She wears scrubs like she's a doctor. I was honestly, ugh. Um, and I want to approach this the right way, right? Because I'm not getting bashed for, oh, like he's attacked his wife or anything like that. It just so happens that his wife has went live in the middle of one of the worst, um, cost of living crisis the country's ever seen ever since like the plague or whatever. And she's encouraging people to get credit. Um, have a look at her last live. And you know what? It's not her. She's just a front woman who wears scrubs like she's a doctor. Oh, it's embarrassing. So I didn't know that this like I like a little bit of work myself. But I didn't know this kind of stuff existed. To be honest, it's all new to me. Um, the way that they sell, I didn't know that they sold them this way. I had no idea that it's so manipulative selling. It is really, really sly, manipulative, and very, very misleading. So, and I'm not going to I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give too much away. But we're going to talk about a selling technique, um, a manipulation. Not just her; it's probably across the board with the aesthetics industry. But unfortunately, I stumbled across her, so she is subject number 2. Um, yeah, you couldn't make it up, Louise, if you've watched our last live. Good morning, Cathy. Morning, Carol. Morning, everyone. Morning, Louise. So yeah, if you've watched, did you, Karen? Honest, I watched it at like 3 o'clock this morning or something, and because my sleeping's all over, and oh, I'm off to get my brain results this morning at 9:30. So I can't stay on too long. But uh, yeah, I'm just blown away by the fact that she was definitely in on her live. She wears scrubs, right? She wears scrubs. Do you know what a doctor wears? What a real trained, been in there for 7 years training, or been in there for 8 years training, 10 years training, whatever. What a nurse wears, whatever. I don't even think a nurse would wear scrubs, to be honest, actually. Well, maybe they would actually if they're going in the theatre. But this woman's marching around in scrubs to try and give off the. Well, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away what I'm going to talk about tonight. Because it's very manipulative selling, very sly and manipulative way of trying to get people to believe that she's like a doctor of some sort. She fucking isn't. Um, I won't be swearing tonight either. I will not be swearing tonight. I want to keep it professional, and there's nothing she can do about it. Your company needs looked at, love. As simple as that. The way it sells to people, the way it sells to vulnerable people. Yeah, it's very, you can pay for your live streams to be targeted in certain areas. And her live streams popped up in places I wouldn't have thought they would have popped up. So she's targeting the weak, just like, do you know what? It feels like Shinny and her are match made in heaven. Like I know how they got together, and I'm not really interested in that. I couldn't give a shit. It's not my problem. It's not my affair. Um, affair. Hello. Um, but I'm gonna give another theory on Shinny tonight, right? Good morning, Unleashed. I've got a whole new thing on him, right? What I think. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Louis. Morning, Ange. I think, and I'm gonna talk about it tonight after like all my homework and all my looking at him. I think there's 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 something completely different else, something else going on completely with this guy, what people aren't seeing. Which maybe everyone's going to disagree with me and think I'm talking shit, but it's my theory. So hear me out anyway. Hear me out. Hear me out. Um, but yeah, I happen to think he is a full-on gay guy. I know people are going to disagree with me, but I think he's bisexual, obviously, and all that. But I do think he's possibly wrestling with his sexuality much more than we think. And I also think he's got predatory behaviour in his sexual behaviour as well. So we're going to touch on that tonight as well. So we're going to talk about Maxine and oh god, whatever aesthetics something. I can't fully remember the name, but I do have it all on my little board here. Claire, good morning. I know people are gonna like think I'm crackers and I'm crazy, but I actually happen to think that my theory is a lot of this frustration that comes from um Mr. Davenport is the fact that he would like to be living a gay lifestyle. Uh, it's my theory though, so I'm allowed it. You know what I mean? Like, if this is just what I've come up with, and it could be wrong. I could be completely like off the mark. I could be like hundreds of miles away from it, but I don't believe that there's any kind of like. I've watched them two together on lives and stuff like that, and there's just no chemistry whatsoever. There's nothing there, like literally nothing, nothing. Um, but do you know what sparked my thing about this whole thing, right? Is the fact that when he went live with Wayne, he was intrigued by Wayne, right? And he was intrigued by Wayne's lifestyle that Wayne was allowed to, like, admit he was gay on live and that. He was really intrigued. If you have a look at him, he's looking at him and I think he's thinking, wow, I wish I could live like that and be that honest. A drag queen said he was being threatened by James as he has, and yeah, well, you see, I don't think I'm far off the mark. I don't honestly. I really don't think I'm far off the mark at all. Maxine was more famous as a boxer. I know, yeah, yes, I had learned that over the last few days. Apparently, he tried the forbidden fruit once. Yes, he did. He's tried it more than once. Um, yes, he has. Thank you to the girls who came forward and spoke to me last night. I really appreciate it. Um, these are people who live not far from them or brought up with them. Not quite sure because I didn't ask that stuff. I just asked about Shinny. Um, but two girls approached me last night to speak to me. So we had a good chinwag, and they told me quite a few bits and bobs that kind of fit in with what I think as well. So we're gonna go over it all tonight. People would think better of him if you. Yes, do you know what, Angie? That was one of the girl. One of the girls said that last night. Come on and Tess. Morning, John. Morning, everyone. One of the girls said that last night that if he was more honest with his audience instead of, we're gonna have a look at his temper tantrums tonight, right? And his temper tantrums are pretty horrific. Like considering that on live stream, and he is screaming at people who are in recovery or in a bad state of mental health. I've got 6 or 7 clips. I'm not playing the full live, but I've got 6 or 7 clips of him absolutely raging, and I mean raging and screaming at the camera, and screaming at an audience of vulnerable people. So, where does that temper come from? Listen, anyway, like I say, I could be talking shit. I could be talking absolute wank, but I tell you one thing I'm not talking shit about is her business and how scummy it is and how disgusting it is. Asking people to get credit. Bloody idiot. People with, you know what? This whole, it's just all Ponzi schemes, all like each and every one of them are just involved in pyramid schemes in and getting more people. You get more people, sell to them, blah blah blah. It's the same process with all of them. Maxine, her business is shady as fuck. Shenny's now jumped on the bandwagon, obviously, and he's starting to sell these products and blah blah blah. But he's selling them still on a platform that is full of people who are struggling with their mental health and addiction. He needs to come off that page and say, right, I am now in a saleswoman or whatever, a saleswoman. I mean, a salesman, and I'm selling this product, blah blah blah. It's disgraceful to be mixing in the fact that um, he's got all these vulnerable people following him, and now he's trying to sell them a load of products that I think are going to save their life. Well, not on my watch, cunt, because it's not happening. Um, Good morning, Danielle. Good morning. It's honestly this guy definitely needs awareness about him. Like I really wondered, right, and I'll be dead honest. Like I wondered why like the awareness was still going on him, because I thought, oh, he's done now, but he's dangerous, isn't he? And I can see what you can see now. He is. He's a dangerous character who unfortunately has a group of really vulnerable people who are buying into his shit, and it's just really sad. It's really sad that these people are mixed up and think that they're going to buy these miracle pills that are going to help them, when we all know that these pills are full of shit. And she's just as bad, to be honest. Nobody wants their lips done in the in the middle of all what's going on at the moment. That's the last thing on people's minds. You can get the products on maybe if you're dull enough to buy them. Yeah, I know. I've seen them, Alison. I'm gonna do a go compare tonight. Because you can't buy them. You can buy them in bulk. You can buy them just like on their own. You can buy them. There's loads of ways of buying them. I'm gonna have a look at them tonight. It's gonna be interesting. I'm much more organised. We're not going to be going over any old JB lives. I just thought I'd have a little bit of a laugh last night. Be a bit more organised tonight. I've done my homework. I'm all up to date. And I think I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But listen, this is no attack on anybody, attacking nobody. This is honestly, these are people who are publicly selling stuff, publicly trying to make money. So I have the right to publicly comment on them and say what I think of their selling and who they're selling to and all the rest of it. I'm perfectly within my rights to go live and talk about it, like they're perfectly within their rights to go live and try and sell this stuff to people. LU or pyramid selling is a complete, yeah, it is Joanne Dolan, and I'm going to prove that tonight as well. I'm trying to get somebody from from the world of that kind of selling to come on and speak and be honest about how they got mixed up in it, because there's loads of people who got mixed up in this kind of stuff and they didn't mean to, and I get that and I understand. So if you want to come forward and speak your truth and then be banished of your sins, you can come forward and come on my live tonight. Oh, I know. He needs some, doesn't he? I bet her products are Amazon or his book. Um, Actually, she tries to distance. She knows he's a wally, right? She knows, she's well aware he's a wally, I think, and she's well aware that he's hurting her business as well, because he is. Her business has took a nosedive ever since she got with him. Um, so I don't know why she hasn't noticed that and just kicked him to the curb. He's got something on her. I don't know. The whole relationship's fucking shady, man. But I don't want to go into that, and I'm trying to stay away from it. But it's just weird, really strange how a really successful woman who has really been successful for years and years and years in that world of um aesthetics and all that. She's been like a big gob in the world of trying to get them what they're fighting for, right, is these people who do these injections and do these stuff. They want the same sort of status as a nurse. Well, I'll explain it tonight a little bit better. That's probably not the best example, but they want this. They want to be able to sign stuff off themselves without a practitioner being there. And unfortunately, at the moment, they can't, but they are doing it illegally. And it's very, very complicated. The whole thing is just a massive tangled web of fucking as the UK is well known for, as just paperwork and shit, and yeah, it's very complicated, but we'll go for it, and all will become clear. All will become clear. I did not contribute, and anyway, was based on the man and religion, and a very weird. Oh gosh. There's new regulations coming out concerning what he does. Well, yeah, I want to talk about that as well, because they're fighting against these regulations, and they are fighting for they are these. If the prick she goes live with, um, is one of the front people who's fighting for the right for them to have the same kind. Honestly, they want the same kind of rights as a nurse practitioner, which I don't know if everyone knows what a nurse practitioner is. It's a little bit better than, it's a little bit higher than a nurse. It's somebody who can sign a prescription, and somebody who can sign off things. So like if a nurse needs a script signer, and they'll ask for a practitioner to come in if there's not a doctor available. So these want the same kind of like they want the same kind of permission to be able to do this stuff, which is fucking unbelievable. Because they shouldn't be. It's dangerous what they're doing. Really dangerous. It's bizarre. I get Botox. Me too, darling. I love a bit of Botox done and fillers now and then. I go to a nurse. Yep, me too. Do you know medics have to pay 4K fees to? Yeah, I was going to talk about that tonight. Treatments. It's ridiculous. Ice Jam. Hello. Nurse practitioner can only prescribe certain meds. I know. She can't. Uh, is that true? Because I thought you could sign off. I thought you could sign off controlled drugs as well. But never mind. That was just my. That was just what my. That was just. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought you could sign off everything. Maybe she can't. I don't know. I don't know what you can't. You, Kevin, will know better than me. But it's just right when you get into it, right? It's a mishmash, like it mashes your head, like because you just don't know, like. But it's a rabbit hole. It's a proper rabbit hole. This whole like aesthetics in industry. It's a proper rabbit hole. Like, Kerry, you're welcome to join me tonight if you want to talk about more tonight. Because you know your stuff and you can correct me when I say something wrong, which is probably going to be quite a lot. No, it's not because I've done my homework. Um, but yeah, it's really scummy the whole thing. Like, do you know what? Like, somebody up there said they get Botox, and I do as well, and I get it from a nurse. And it's all done above board and stuff. But there's loads of sneaky ways of getting around it without having morning Sean, without having qualifications. It's really, really sly. Um, but hopefully I can explain it in my own special way. Oh, I introduced the world to Nigerian Chinese funk last night. He, oh, I'm about tonight. I missed the subject though. Just joined. Right, so we're talking about aesthetics, and that kind of world of like Frank. What? Frank just comes in and totally bamboozles me. Oh, good morning, everyone. I'm not reading anymore. Thank God. Oh my God, Botox, except that it's a product that you don't need any medical. Yes! See, you know what you're talking about, right? So, come live with me tonight, right? I'm going to get my brain results from my scan in about 15 minutes. So, I need to go right now. So, I'll come home and I'll go live and then we can chat about it. But I mean, we can chat about it tonight. But I'll message Ice Gem McVitie Titty. I can't believe I'm calling you that. And we'll see if you can pop on tonight because I would love it if you could. It would be brilliant if someone else could come up who can speak a little bit better than me because sometimes I get jumbled up with it all and it's just like I say, it's a fucking rabbit hole. It's huge. This aesthetics world is massive but it's dangerous as well, and I think people need warned. I do, and or you're reading my. Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm not reading. I've just read his next comment. I need to go anyway, right? Because I just quickly jumped on to say that I would be live again tonight. I've put an advertisement up again. Because I wasn't going live last night about them, but after watching her live and seeing that she wants people to get credit and stuff like that, I just thought somebody needs to say something. And we'll talk about Ginny and his twisted. Do you know what? I just don't know why he doesn't like admit that he's bisexual and still having all that sexual tension, like, and built up sexual. But the world of aesthetics is really dangerous, really dangerous. Um, and Jack poison into someone's face is exactly spot on. Right, guys, I'm sorry I couldn't stay on longer. Right, I only popped on just to let you know because I'm going to get my brain results. I'll tell you what happened. Obviously, when I get back. I'm going to get the results of my scan from the other night, I think. I don't know actually what I'm going for, but I know I'm going to the brain centre. The brain centre, to the to the place where I'm getting rehabilitation for my injury. So I'm going for results of a few different tests. What's it called? Fucking hell! I wish I had Kevy on every line. They done like these tests on me the other day, like, you know, like how quick my reactions are and stuff like that, and all that kind of thing. So I've got the results of them coming up today in about 10 minutes. Well, no, the appointment's at 10 o'clock, but I'm leaving at past. So thank you, everyone. Call Nick. Good morning. Thank you, guys. That's the one. It is. Thank you, Jim. I can't fucking speak. Thank you, Kerry. But thank you, everyone. I should go all right. It's just like, you know, the general test that they keep doing on me all the time to make sure I'm not completely losing it. And that my brain is still actually in there somewhere. So I'll go live in this afternoon, and then we're gonna have more of a talk. And then I'll see. Oh, thank you, my darlings. That's a no. Oh, God, but it's a yes. But good morning. I mean, good. Oh, I can't speak. Honestly, I need to go. I love you all dearly, and I'm going, and I'm never reading Frank's comments on the live. To be honest, memory was a issue before the injury. True. Right, I love you all lots. Take care, guys. I'll speak to you tonight, this afternoon. Yeah, wish me luck.